What's up everyone, I'm Alex Williams and you're watching the weekly update with Funagain Games for the week of August 19th, 2016. Today we've got a gigantic list of pre-orders and new games in stock. You ready? Let's go! Alright, lots of new pre-orders this week, including a truckload from Fantasy Flight, Pegasus Games, and Gigamic. Venture out into the world of Conan with this 2 to 5 player miniatures-based asymmetrical game where 1 to 4 heroes take on several very different scenarios and use actions to defeat the one player controlling the scenario. 4 Gods has 2 to 4 players building worlds, claiming gods, and winning followers by sending prophets into their world. Build a team of inventors and patent the most inventions or have the smartest investors to win at Legendary Inventors, the 2 to 5 player invention building game. Like telling stories? Then don't miss out on Storyline Scary Tales. In the second installment of Storyline, 3 to 8 players use beautifully illustrated cards to create a story together. This fall will bring both a release of Citadel's Classic and the new 2016 version of Citadels. In Classic, play the original immensely popular city building card game, and don't miss out on the updated Citadels with all new building cards, characters, and more. New Angeles is a wealth and influence game for 4 to 6 players as they take over one of 6 mega corporations, cut deals, and forge temporary alliances to stay on top and keep New Angeles open for business. In Game of Thrones: The Iron Throne, which uses the game system from Cosmic Encounter, you and your friends each command one of the great houses of Westeros, pitting iconic characters against each other in epic battles and schemes. Negotiate, bluff, forge alliances, threaten your rivals, use every tool at your disposal to spread your influence, establish supremacy, and claim the ultimate prize, the Iron Throne. Hand of the King is a fast-paced card game of conspiracies and sudden twists of fate for 2 to 4 players, challenging each of you to gain the most support among the twisted intrigues of the King's Landing court. Each turn, you send Varys to do your bidding. Move through the court and inciting iconic characters from A Song of Ice and Fire to support your cause. With the help of some companions and crafty alliances with other players, you might just rise to become the King's new hand. The Banner Saga: Warbands is a cooperative game for 1 to 4 players. Players take the role of leaders in a warband, tasked with keeping the warband together and alive. It is a cooperative miniatures board game that deals with the difficulties and consequences of decision-making. Gigamic has opened up pre-orders for a long list of games including Chow, Corridor Kid, Wasabi, Splash Attack, and Fatal Rendezvous. Find out more about these games from Gigamic at funagain.com. Pegasus Games has also dropped a big list of new games such as Piratissimo, Zuwabu, Bouncing Bunnies, Viva Topo, The Ladybugs' Costume Party, Mondo, Mein Friedbergspiel, Bucherworm, Stadtlandanders, Brains, Japanese Gardens, and Speed Snacks. Once again, you can find more info about each of these games on funagain.com. Star Wars Armada is added again with a new wave of expansions including new ships, the Phoenix Home, and the Imperial Light Cruiser, as well as new squadron packs for both the Rebellion and the Empire. Fantasy Flight is now taking pre-orders for the Star Wars Armada Corellian Conflict expansion, which allows up to 6 players to wage an epic campaign spanning multiple fleet battles. In other Star Wars news, Imperial Assault is also releasing its next expansion with Jabba's Realm, bringing a wealth of new content for your campaigns and skirmishes. New hero and villain packs also coming out, including Jabba the Hutt, Alliance Rangers, Captain Taro, and finally, Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. Rune Wars, the miniatures game, pits 2 players leading one of 2 distinct factions and their warriors, including monstrous rune golems and carrion lancers. Rune Wars comes with 48 beautifully sculpted, unpainted minis, allowing you to customize your game. This November marks the epic return of Doom the board game, a strategy game of tactical combat for 2 to 5 players, based on id Software's historic video game. Using 4 marine minis, fight through hordes of demons using the 33 demon minis as you play through 12 unique missions. Finally, Fantasy Flight keeps the Arkham Horror train going with an all-new Arkham Horror living card game. In this 1 to 4 player cooperative card game, players investigate the mysteries surrounding Arkham and fight monstrous entities, all while trying to keep sane. Don't miss out on collecting this LCG with the base game coming this October. Whew, that was a pretty big list of pre-orders. Let's get to the new games in stock, which is another pretty big list. PreOrders Games has brought to us a collector box for Boss Monster, the dungeon building card game. This box holds over 500 sleeved cards, includes labeled dividers, and 11 all-new Boss Monster cards. In Junk Art, 2 to 6 players compete with each other by building sculptures and forcing others to take pieces that they don't want. The person with the most fans at the end wins. In the 2-player game, 12 Heroes, players are landlords who lead 12 units and aim to obtain land cards which are located in 3 regions. These land cards give you victory points, and the first player who has gained 7 points wins. Strange things are afoot in Bill and Ted's excellent board game. Collect personages of historical significance in order to pass your oral history report. But beware, every time you bag someone, the phone booth breaks most heinously, and your adventure through time will take a most serious turn. Be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. The fast-paced Simon's Cat, the card game, features adorable art taken directly from animator and illustrator Simon Tofield's YouTube series, Simon's Cat, which has hundreds of millions of views. In the game, players go around the table playing cards to escape Simon's attention. Get caught and you get blame. Get too much blame and you get fed last. No one wants that. In Go Away Monster, 2 to 4 players aged 3 and up reach into a bag of puzzle pieces and try to determine by feel what pieces need to fit into their bedroom game board. But they have to be careful because they can pull out a monster. Go Away Monster encourages kids to conquer that fear by acting it out and taking control. Durance is a fast-paced, low-prep, highly collaborative role-playing game designed for 3 to 5 players and 1 or more sessions of play, including a detailed, engaging science fiction setting where the worst criminal scum have been dumped and must build their lives under ultimate authority. In the role-playing game The Warren, 3 to 5 players play rabbits attempting to survive being in the world of predators and dangers around every corner. Rabbits don't fight, but they are fast and clever. The rules allow for player-created custom moves, letting them find new, inventive solutions to problems. In Piratoons, players need to assemble their ship and recruit a pirate crew. Observation, speed, anticipation, opportunism, and bluff are keys to winning the greatest pirate epic of all time. Build the biggest, most beautiful, and best-equipped ship, and recruit the most efficient crew. Your boat will be remembered for its posterity at seas through legends told in taverns around the world. Upper Deck brings us 2 new Legendary Encounters games, including Firefly and Big Trouble in Little China. Both games follow the mechanics of Legendary Encounters deck-building game series. Mare Nostrum Empires is an empire building game in which 3 to 5 players lead their individual ancient empires to dominion of Mare Nostrum. You grow the fame and glory of your empire by expanding your influence to new provinces, then extending your trade caravans, building markets, and founding new cities and temples. Stronghold Games has released the 6th version of Kraftwagen, available now. Funagain Games is proud to now carry Infinity. 2 new sets hit this week, including Infinity's first 2-player starter set, Operation Ice Storm, which includes enough figures to build 2 armies as well as a playmat, cardboard scenery, and a rulebook for introducing rules for version 3. Infinity has also released the Ariadne Army Pack, which includes a Devil Dogs team box, cardboard scenery, a game mat, Ariadne and D20s, and everything else you need to get started with Infinity. Last new game this week we're going to mention is Defenders of the Last Stand, a 1 to 5 player strategy and adventure game set 50 years after nuclear war. Players take on the roles of defenders of the last known haven for humanity called the Last Stand. Players work cooperatively to defend the Last Stand from advancing outside clans. Alright, now that we've gone through those 2 gigantic lists, let's see if I still have the energy to get through our top 5. Number 5 this week goes to Captain Sonar, followed by the Cry Havoc pre-order at number 4. New on the charts is Pandemic Legacy Season 1 Red Edition at number 3. Scythe is still at number 2, followed by the Networks at number 1 for the 2nd week in a row. In the Networks, you and your opponents are new television networks and need new programming. For this, you'll need shows, stars, and ads. The players with the most viewers after 5 seasons wins. Alright everybody, before we wrap up this video, let's boldly go where no one has gone before and check out our game of the week. Space is the final frontier. As part of the original crew of the USS Enterprise, your 5-year mission is to explore strange new worlds, encounter alien civilizations, and defend the ship. Players work together to carry out missions while keeping the USS Enterprise safe from enemy attacks. Players complete 5 mission cards and have unique challenges based on the original Star Trek series while using character cards to assume the roles of Star Trek icons like Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock. Star Trek Panic is a cooperative, light strategy tower defense game based on the popular Castle Panic game. Perfect for families, friends, and cadets who want to explore the final frontier. Wow, that was a lot of information. But that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next week on the next weekly update. If you have any questions or comments about any of the games on this video, or about Funagain Games, please leave it in the comments section below, or send us an email at cs_general@funagain.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course subscribe right here on YouTube so you don't miss a single weekly update.